Hello, welcome to the next episode of the Breath of the Wild podcast.
Anyway, back to cartoons.
Did you guys ever watch? Speaking of, did you guys ever watch any like Dexter's Lab?
Oh, I love
Yes, I
Dexter's
watched it
Lab.
on Boomerang.
I,
I
The
saw a lot of older shows on
unnecessarily
it.
epic ending credits to Dexter's Lab will always stick through me.
I'm sad that I don't remember. It's the kind of show that I don't remember any of it off the top of my head. But I think if I watched it, all of it would come flooding back.
I only remember a single episode, and that's actually one that I only seen in French. Where ironically Dexter is learning to speak French, but his machine gets stuck, so now all he can say is omelette au fromage.
Omelette
Omelette au
fromage.
fromage.
And now he can't get in his lab anymore, and I think he doesn't even realize that he only says this word.
But he literally becomes like an international celebrity, and
Yeah,
his
like
lab
I said,
blows
only
up at the end because he can't get back into it.
yeah, like I said, like does he even realize that he's only saying omelette au fromage?
From what I recall, I don't think he does realize it.
I like the gag that this really important final test that he's supposed to take is just literally, what's the French word for cheese omelet? It's like, oh, I know this. And then he just spirals him into becoming like this international beloved celebrity off of these three words.
Yeah, that's the only episode I ever saw because it was on a DVD, but it was on French, so I had no clue what the fuck was even going
I
on.
remember the episode that they made for some kid. Or, like some kid wrote the episode and they just like made a whole episode out of it.
Oh, that's cute. That wouldn't fly these
It's like,
days.
you are stupid. You are stupid. You're stupid. Like, I remember that shit a lot.
I think it's just the way that he pronounces every word. It's so memorable.
I also
Yeah, I watched it
remember
in
the
German,
the
so I don't
holiday
know.
special where he tries to prove Santa isn't real.
I very distinctly remember the episode or special or whatever it was where like he ends up like meeting a bunch of different other selves from different points in life because he's like trying to stop that one. I can't remember what the other guy's name was.
The guy who always does the with the laughter, ha ha ha,
Yeah,
ha 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 ha.
Wahaha! Wahaha!
And then in one
Wahaha!
episode we learned that he does everything in that rhythm, like he brushes his teeth in that rhythm.
Good old Susan.
Yeah, I don't remember much of the show.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name. What was Mandark? Mandark.
right.
Okay, that is a too cool name.
Yeah, as opposed to Susan. Susan Mandark.
Okay. Okay, have you guys ever seen Fanboy and Jump Jump?
Yes, I
Yeah.
I watched a horrific amount of it when I was young.
So did
Oh,
I. I watched it way too fucking much.
I loved it. I
okay, so I
loved it
was
as a kid. Not before I knew what actual good television was.
okay, so I was the one with the most intelligence here because the moment I saw it, I realized, yeah, no, this is garbage.
You are multiple years older than me.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
true.
didn't even have the excuse because I watched shit like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I knew what good TV was, but I
I have
still
I have never
default.
watched more than a season and a half of Avatar, and I hate myself for it.
Yes, do so.
I own it on Blu-ray. It's like one of the only TV shows that I actually own on Blu-ray because I just love it so much.
I
But
I
admittedly, the first season is kind of rough. But
Yeah, the first because the first season is much more episodic.
yeah.
it's like
I
it's
tried to
so
convince
insane.
I tried to convince
Sorry.
Ark to watch it with me as an excuse to actually get myself to watch it, and he didn't like it after the first couple episodes. And I honestly can't
Yeah,
blame him.
it honestly, it's because the
Yeah.
best two characters in the show don't come until season 2. Like Toph
I
and Azula kind of just like turn it on its
I was so
heels.
Yeah,
excited. The first I had until my last watch, I had never met Toph, but I knew so much about her, and I was so excited to meet her. And it
like
was like, yeah, like she totally lived up to
It's so
expectation.
crazy to me because she's such an iconic character, and she isn't even in it for like the first whole season.
yeah, like season one, and if I'm completely honest, is carried mostly by Zuko and Iroh.
Zuko and
Iroh, Uncle Iroh.
yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
like
The last the episode, I could probably jump back into it if I really wanted to. I might be like a little lost. I could at least start over the second season because I've seen the
secret
first season so many
tunnel,
times that I'd know it very well.
secret
The
tunnel.
episode
yeah, well,
that I left off was the backstory of what happened to Appa while he was gone.
Ah,
Appa's Lost Days is so fucking depressing.
yeah. Oh, but then there's of course.
I, but you want to know something funny? It's like
Yeah,
the Blu-ray for that has like a still from Appa's Lost Days, and it's like this really emotionally charged and devastating episode. And the freaking screenshot they use of it is Appa mid sneeze. So it's just him, like his face is all contorted, and it just looks so off. It's like, why did you choose this still for one of the best and most emotional episodes in the whole
Bruh.
series? Why do you got to do Appa like that?
I don't know. I think the most emotional scene for me still is Iroh singing these from the vines.
Little
I have a
soldier
feeling
boy.
that probably is for most people.
Yeah, like remember as a
It's
kid, I think even my mother was crying when we watched that scene
yeah,
together.
well, because you realize it's like the last thing Mako ever recorded as
Yeah, that
Iroh.
makes it even worse. Yeah, that makes it just. Oh,
I didn't even realize his voice actor had died until like
me
years
neither.
later.
But because I watched it in German, and Iroh has the same voice actor throughout the entire show, so in German, so I
Neppy,
never noticed that
we
myself.
should watch Avatar.
Always.
I know we have like a bunch of other stuff that we
Yeah,
already
I
want to
know.
watch, but like I feel like Avatar could definitely be higher up on the
I could
priority.
gush about Avatar all fucking day. I love that show to death.
I mean, it is a great show. It's one of the best shows ever written.
Well,
I love.
if we set it up to do it on a Wednesday, we could all watch it together.
The fu-
Yeah, sure.
the funny thing is that this Wednesday is literally the one Wednesday that I have to work, so I can't even make it for movie night. Even though
Oh
Neppy
my
Oh,
specifically
come
god.
on!
specifically made it to try and get me involved, but my work literally reassigned my schedule because somebody called off, so I can't even
That's
make it for movie night.
that's me level of luck. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry too, man.
Well, it's not your fault. It's my chop's fault,
I
honestly.
mean, can we could reschedule it to Friday?
I really don't want to.
Okay.
I'm working on Friday anyway, so it wouldn't work out for me.
Oh, okay, man.
I'm only off Wednesdays and Thursdays and Sundays.
Okay, yeah, then it wouldn't work. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're
Especially
good. You're
since it
good.
was since it was a day that everybody voted on, it wouldn't really be fair to move it just for one person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
The only reason I was willing to do it the first time was because it was already a tie.
That's the only reason
But
I even asked.
speaking of which, Wreck-It Ralph. I remember watching that movie a lot when it came out. I think it was
Same.
like
Oh, I watched that movie
2012.
like I think I've seen that movie half a dozen times.
It is such a good movie.
It has a
Like I know it
very good
kind of
twist
came
in
out
it.
like right before Frozen took over everything, but it's still I love that movie so much.
I never saw the
Turbo
second
is.
one.
Yeah, you haven't missed anything.
Yeah,
I
I know.
tried to
Don't
watch it,
see
but
the second one.
honestly,
It completely botches all of the characters.
yeah.
Like just pretend it ended with everything going well for everybody in the first movie and just leave it at that.
Which is, I think, is what everyone doing. Like the idea
It's
of the
also
second
the only
movie is
time
kind
Disney
of
got a
decent.
twist villain actually right.
Yes,
Turbo
Turbo is.
is amazing.
Yeah, like
Like
you know from the beginning that very early on that King can't, because the twist is not that he's a villain. The twist is that it's Turbo.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's like he's an asshole from the start, but he's still a good written asshole. Like the
Yeah,
He
scene
like
doesn't.
where
You don't think of him as having anything else going on than being just like an
an
annoying
asshole
king.
king, or not even that. Like his argument for why Penny can't win is actually a solid
yeah,
argument.
the scene where he tricks Ralph is actually like a really good written scene because it
Because
makes
it's not a lie. She genuinely cannot leave the system. She could not escape and would die.
yeah, and
Because we
like
see
he
that
tricks
being.
Ralph into like getting her locked up because yeah, what King Candy is saying is actually pretty believable, and he
Yeah,
makes
because.
he makes a good case for it.
Yeah,
It
but it's then only when Ralph realized why is her picture on the machine that he starts to realize there's something up here. And then the reveal that it's Turbo.
Yeah, and even before the reveal that he's Turbo, it's not like an out of nowhere thing. They do like drop hints to it, like you don't really realize it at first, but Turbo does have like the same. They share the same voice actor. You can hear it when Felix is going over his backstory, and
Mm,
King Candy, despite having recently been plugged in, immediately recognizes Wreck-It Ralph, even though he shouldn't know who he is, and he knows the phrase "going turbo" despite being a new game. It's just
yeah.
little hints like that that build up to him being revealed as like, oh, this is actually Turbo himself.
And then, of course, his monster form.
Yeah, that's like literally the one time Disney got a twist villain right, and then they just like went off a cliff after that. Like I remember the reading a fan theory that you know how Hans like goes from like this really nice guy to just like a total asshole out of nowhere.
Yeah, that it was actually because he was cursed or something.
Yeah, he was cursed by like the trolls to turn into a dick so that like Kristoff could get Anna for himself.
Yeah, and
It's like,
then
you know,
after
that's
he comes
actually
out
a
of the
really
water,
that
the
would
curse is, and when he comes out of the water, like he seems fine. He doesn't isn't angry or anything. He's just confused. So I think that's the moment when the curse was actually lifted.
but that's actually a really funny way to do that if they actually went through with that.
Yeah, like if I honestly, my personal opinion should be that should not simply not have had a villain on the show. Simply have Hans be, maybe simply have him be a bit not evil, and make his actions be reasonable. Like he's more a villain because they have
Well,
opposite
the fun
viewpoints
thing,
and not.
the little details I did notice about Hans is that he like kind of mirrors whoever he's talking to.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw. Was that he's a
Like when he's with
he's a
Anna,
mirror
he's like
character.
cheerful, he's bubbly, he's like fun loving. When he's around like the Duke, he turns into like serious and political. When he's around Elsa, he like kind of turns like brooding. It's like he kind of just like bounces off of characters that he's around. It's like I thought that was like a little cool detail about him.
Yeah, if
Like
they
he
had
kind of just like
pointed at,
switches sides.
yeah, like if they had pointed that out, well, like Hans could have been a good villain if they had put effort into actually writing him.
Yeah, well, that was at a time where the whole twist villain thing was still like a new concept and everybody really liked the twist, so Disney just kept rolling with it.
And now it's just so overdone. Like I don't mind a good twist villain, but I think that twist about villain should be something about them, not who they are. Not that they are the villain. That should not
Yeah,
always
it,
be the
it
twist.
shouldn't just be like they're decent people, then suddenly they're evil just to give like the movie a twist.
Yeah,
Because
like
it just doesn't make any sense.
yeah, like for example, let's take Lightyear. Don't have the twist be he is an evil boss.
God,
First of all,
don't remind me of Lightyear. That movie was such a big fucking missed opportunity. Especially because they already did the concept of Buzz Lightyear right in the frickin' cartoon.
that is yeah, that's the best depiction of Buzz Lightyear there is. The cartoon Buzz Lightyear is absolutely perfect.
They already got the formula right, and then they just completely threw it out and just shat all over it.
Yeah, and especially Zurg. Zurg was perfect in the cartoon. The, all they should have done was make this movie be the origin, the formation of Star Command, Buzz and Warp meeting together and fighting Zurg for the first time, with maybe as a twist ending showing that Warp was working for Zurg this entire time, or
Well, yeah,
being recruited
they
by
do
him.
bring that up in the movie that Warp has been in Zurg's pocket since the Academy days.
Yeah, he's outright says that to Buzz, that he always was working for Zurg.
Like it doesn't have to be anything deep like the Lightyear movie was trying to do. It's just like people don't watch Buzz Lightyear for like deep storytelling. They watch it to watch
Yeah,
Buzz like fight aliens and fight Zurg.
yeah, I watch it to watch a funny, overly stern space cop fight against a funny, evil guy who I'm to this day not sure if he's a guy in a suit or a robot.
Like I know Toy Story gets pretty emotional, but Toy Story actually does it well.
Yeah, Toy Story is a completely different genre of movie. Plus, Light of Star Command is simply just an action cartoon with fun and great characters. Booster is fun, Mira is great, XR is fantastic.
I remember Toy Story 3 when it first came out. The ending scene really getting to me. It's like it seems like they're about to die and they just kind of like accept it.
Yeah.
Like I know in hindsight, I think like Toy Story 3 is just kind of like too serious at some points.
I still like it. I still think it's
No,
a
it's not a
very
bad
great
movie
movie.
by any means, but I just didn't find myself laughing.
It feels weird thinking
Well,
of that movie as old.
Yeah, I
well,
remember
it is. It's
how.
gonna be 15 years old next
Oh,
year.
don't say that. Oh.
2010, baby.
Because it's like, I remember my sister having a poster of that movie on her wall. And it's like, that doesn't feel old to me. But it is.
I remember the hype for that movie when it came out. I remember how much I loved the PS3 game. Especially the toy box mode. I played that so often. Like the fact that this single mode then served as inspiration for Disney Infinity already kind of speaks volumes how good it actually was.
Disney Infinity
Like
was
it,
amazing.
hmm
I wish I gotten to play the third one.
I kind of stopped after the second one. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it.
First one was great, second one was even better, and then I can only imagine how the third one was.
Sorry, I was checking my phone. What are we talking about?
Disney,
Disney
we
Infinity.
Yeah, I never played that honestly.
yeah we were talk. I was talking about how much I played Toy Story 3 story mode and how the toy box mode in that game, how much I loved that and how that led to the creation of Disney Infinity.
Oh, I see. The closest thing for me was like you did you ever play like Epic Mickey?
No.
No, but I'm very much gonna
I.
play the remake when it
Yep,
comes out.
me too. I heard. I.
I
God, I remember walking. Like when it was like big and popular, at least the second one, and like just like seeing it in the game store I used to rent from back home.
The second one is free on PS Plus.
yeah, I remember playing the first and second one. Um it's like I think like the idea was that like what's his name? Yen Sid like creates this world for Oswald and Mickey accidentally fucks it up.
Yeah, like I'm gonna enjoy playing that game. I'm pretty sure
It
I
took me
will
way
love
too
it.
long to realize that Yen Sid was Disney backwards.
Yeah, I only knew it because of a trivia video. Because I never pay attention to something like that.
Also, that reminds me, Fantasia. Did you guys ever see that?
Nope.
I saw
Fantasia and Fantasia
trailers.
2000 specifically.
I see trailer for it. I want
I
nothing
know
more.
Fantasia mostly from Chernobog.
To this day, I don't understand why they didn't make Chernobog like the mega heartless in Kingdom Hearts. Like,
Kingdom Hearts is such a like I own the whole collection on my PlayStation. I played
I
through
own the
some of
whole
the games.
collection now as well.
It's like the story is so stupid to me, but I can't
honest,
help but get into it anyway.
yeah, it's weird. On the one hand, the story really is. I mean, if you break it down and wants to actually look at the overarching plot, it's actually is an interesting idea.
Like I
And
know it's like for like this kind of like idea of like Disney and Final Fantasy,
well,
two
it's
things
mostly
you would
just
never
Disney.
associate with each other is like
Yeah,
coming together.
and then next thing what's one you have Cloud working as a henchman for Hades.
And like Nomura is just kind of like weirdly passionate about it for some reason, like especially in
Weirdly
Kingdom Hearts
enough,
2.
the Final Fantasy things come most into play in the Hercules world. Like in Birth by Sleep, Zack works for Hades. In Kingdom Hearts 1, it's Cloud. In Kingdom Hearts 2, it's the cool
I
guy from Final Fantasy X. I forgot his name.
I said this when we were playing earlier. I cannot believe that Cloud showed up that early in the first game.
Imagine being a kid in 2002 and seeing Cloud fucking Strife walk by in a
I'm
Disney
pretty
game.
sure this was the first time he was ever had a voice. So for fans, that must have been a cool moment.
I know I can only
Yeah,
I wish I had like prior context of Final Fantasy, but I don't.
but
Yeah, I also
Yet.
only got into Final Fantasy because of Kingdom Hearts. I had no idea what it was before that.
and like Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically, I remember a lot of moments in the story where it's like weirdly serious characters talking to each other,
Or like
being
the whole
really
thing with
deep.
Roxas.
I think that if I had been born like 10 years before I was, Final Fantasy is probably one of those video games that I would have played.
I own 7 through 15.
I have
I bought Final Fantasy 7 for the Switch for $1 earlier.
Yeah, I own 7, 8, and 9,
I have
and
7, 9.
10 and 10 2,
Yeah,
and Final
What was
Fantasy
the
12 and 12,
I
whatever the
have
fuck.
I have
I own
thir-
all of those on my PS3.
I have 13-2 and Final Fantasy 8.
I have 6, 7, 9, 10, 10 2, 13 1, 13 2, 13 Lightning Returns, and
Imagine being the
I have
poor bastard
15,
that
but
decides to
I.
play that decides to play Final Fantasy in numerical order.
I mean, you can do that with the pixel art remasters, and heck,
Yeah, but it's like all the way back to the NES. Like those early games did not age well.
oh yeah, no, especially the first game. Oh my god, is the original first game crap, in all honesty. The random encounters are horrible. When you eliminate an enemy and an other character targets that enemy after that, it doesn't automatically switch to a new enemy. You just miss.
The first Final Fantasy game I ever like played it properly beaten was 10.
I actually never beaten a game.
And 10 is just such a good game. Like,
Oh,
terrible
10
voice
is.
acting aside.
Honestly, I don't think the voice acting is that bad.
Ah, ah, ah,
Yeah, that
ah,
scene is
ah,
supposed to be
ah,
awkward.
ah, ah,
That's
ah.
supposed to be like that.
Really?
Yeah, he is not. He's fake laughing. He's not really laughing. He's trying to make Yuna laugh because she's sad. So
I
he's
don't
of
know, man. The
course.
direction of the voice acting just never really like, eh.
My problem is
But
more that I just
the,
like
the
don't like
story
Waka
is
as a
great. The
character.
gameplay is great. God, the gameplay is great.
Yeah, I love this the board where you can choose your path. It's really a great idea. I love the water theme. Like I love the design of Tidus's original sword. Like it looks like like rock hard water, but you can still see the waves moving in it.
I didn't actually realize that you could like romance the girls until my friend, who's like a total Final Fantasy nerd, pointed it out to me.
I mean, yeah, but I will never romance anyone but Yuda. Titus Yuda forever canon for me.
Are you talking
You
about
say
Final
Yuna,
Fantasy
I went
10?
after Lulu.
Are you
What?
still talking about 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Like
that's
I just went straight for Lulu because I loved her design and her
I
boobs.
question why she needs so many belts. And then there's Final Fantasy X 2.
10, 2. I never played that.
The gameplay is completely different, and I kind of like the idea of it. Yuna now being an adventurer with Riku and his new character, and them trying to find a way to bring Titus back. It's a cool plot idea, but it has
Oh,
some
they
weird
try. They actually
decisions.
try to bring him back.
Yeah, and he actually does come back, I think, in the end.
I thought, huh, that's weird. But yeah, apparently, like you can choose a girl to romance was like a thing since 7. Like
Yeah,
you could like romance Aerith or Tifa,
you
even like
can
the
you can technically romance Barrett.
what?
You can go. There's the main romance scene is a carousel ride with the girls. You can go with the that wife with Barrett.
Okay.
And you just have this, you have Cloud and Barrett sitting there awkwardly.
I'm just imagining Cloud and Barrett on like those like unicorns on like a merry-go-round. Like it's some cheesy romance scene. And they're like staring
Yep.
lovingly into each other's eyes as sappy music plays.
And then Barrett points his Gatling arm at him and says, "If you ever cheat on me, you know what will happen."
He would.
I love Barrett. Barrett is I think he's my favorite Final Fantasy character. He has an amazing design. He has an amazing character development. I love how much of a caring father he is,
I
and I
never
love
played
that.
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
Um,
you Barrett is the best.
I only like seen like the remake and Rebirth.
Uh,
I have I have literally only seen just Rebirth from all of the porn of Tifa in her swimsuit
Mm.
and people just getting absolutely horny over her.
I mean, it's Tifa.
I
Personally, I'm more
literally
of an
saw a
Aerith
Twitter
guy,
post the
but
other day of somebody like posting a picture of her with her boobs out. I was like,
I'm
we're still
personally more
talking
of an
about this,
Aerith.
huh?
Yeah, I'm more of an Aerith guy myself. And
Reasons why Tifa is better than Aerith. Tifa doesn't fucking die.
oh, I hate that she still dies.
She died it, and she's never coming back.
Uh, well, at least I have Yuffie.
Sephiroth penetrated him with his big, long, rock hard
Now,
sword.
here comes a hot take. I think Sephiroth is a horrible, overweighted villain
I know nothing about him.
Me neither.
because there is nothing to know. He is barely even in the game.
Like, I think he has a cool design and a cool theme, but I just don't
That's the
know
thing.
anything
I
about
think
the
he's
guy.
very intimidating
He is in the
as a
flash.
person.
He is in the Niflheim flashback, which yes, is an absolutely amazing scene. The scene of him walking into the fire is absolutely awesome and amazing. But other than that, he is barely in the game. You never talk
Really?
to him. You never encounter him. Yeah, the Sephiroth you chase throughout the game isn't even Sephiroth.
Huh.
It's I really don't understand why people like him that much.
Well,
The-
honestly, when you have somebody cool with a cool design and a cool theme, you
yeah,
can
like
win over anyone.
quite honestly, the only villain, the Sephiroth, his burning of Niflheim is basically just a temper tantrum because he misunderstood the research notes he read.
I mean, Darth Vader only had like 15 minutes of screen time in the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but at least he, these 15 minutes made it count. Like, Sephiroth really only has the Niflheim scene. The rest of the game, he chills in a crystal. And he doesn't have any dialogue with the party. Like, there's never any. I don't even think he knows who Cloud actually is.
I think it's gonna be very funny when we play Final Fantasy VII together, and he's just completely disappointing.
Yeah, like, we see, maybe I just misremember, and he is actually a bit better, but from my memory, from what I know of him, I think, like, he isn't a bad villain. I just think he is not deserving of that massive hype. I think Kafka or Seymour are much better villains than him.
That's I was gonna say that's if I actually am able to play Final Fantasy VII well, which is a
Probably not.
which is a big if.
You can barely get through this game.
Excuse you, I have 100%ed this game twice.
Excuse you.
I mean, that doesn't mean you're good at it.
I'm rusty. Okay, shut up.
And look, you look very horribly, like that blue silver tunic and that
Oh
wet. Oh my god, that looks horrible.
oh my god.
He's wearing red because he loves Mifa.
Oh god, that even makes sense.
I'm gonna make it yellow.
Oh no, please no.
Make it bright mustard yellow just to look extra stealthy.
Can you at least not also make your face green?
Put lights on yourself too.
And then just make the suit
Whirring
yellow.
sounds.
Make the clothes green, but make Link's face yellow. Green. and a closed yellow. That would be okay. Has anyone ever
First
seen the
Lionel.
Zelda cartoon?
No.
Well, excuse me, princess.
I watched a YouTuber talk about it a couple
That
times,
Link is
but
honestly, I can't stand it. I genuinely hated Link in that Zelda.
I joked about this before, but I could totally buy like that version of Link coming back in a Zelda game. Just not being Link, but just being this random guy dressed as him, just being a total creeper and hitting on women
And you
until
having
the
to.
real Link comes over and beats the shit out of him.
Honestly, that isn't. I'm surprised they never did that kind of plot that there's a imposter hero.
Red, fight the Lionel.
I'm going to.
But you actually gonna fight him?
Well, yeah. Why not?
Okay. Well, because it's a Lynel.
So
I don't fight those things.
I do, because I'm
Well,
not a
I don't.
coward.
Horse
I.
cock.
I mean, he's in the horse. He's a lion.
I've
I
seen
think.
enough
Okay.
porn of him.
Oh yeah, have you guys ever heard of Captain N, the Game Master?
I only know about it because the Nostalgia Critics like reviewed it once.
With its green Mega Man.
The Mega Man with the worst voice I've ever fucking heard. And Kid Icarus, who for some reason his character trait is ending every
This says
sentence with
Iticus,
yeah, just like the
and
stupidest trait.
then there's Simon. The, the the only cool thing about Simon Belmont in that show is that his whip is alive. That's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, I never watched that show.
Yeah, me neither. I seen like one episode because I was curious, but that one episode was enough. Oh yeah, and
I mean,
Mother
back in
Brain.
the 80s, it was apparently really popular. But I mean, I can kind of see it. It's like kids seeing like their favorite
I mean,
video
yeah,
game
back then,
characters come to life in a show, and this
even
kid is
in a
getting to
horrible
meet
way.
all of them.
Yeah, like I see the appeal. The appeal is clearly there. Just
It's just that it's not executed well at all.
yeah.
I feel like if it was the, imagine if they did that today. It felt like how do you even do that today?
Honestly, you simply just make a Smash Bros. Cartoon with episodic shows where always a couple of characters interact with each other. Simple as that. Like it would pretty easily work.
I mean,
Like
Brawl
heck,
kind of did that.
yeah, and heck, there's that popular comic series from a fan that basically made that just the Smashers living together and interacting, and the whole arc of Sephiroth killing them all and them having to revive them.
Womp womp.
Thought that
Kill
would be
issue.
a good strategy. Hey, you know what?
And
You can't say that when you don't even try.
well, get ready to have the rest of the part be this one fight.
Mhm.
Oh, it's raining up here. I can't cook. Oh, he's already coming at me.
Well, yeah. What did you expect? He can gallop. Lions are pretty fast.
Mhm.
Try not to take your eyes off of him because he will smack you.
Why didn't I have? Oh my god.
Good job.
What
Really
80s
killing
got?
it.
What 80s and 90s cartoon did I watch that one of some of you guys might also have watched? The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No,
Not really.
Yeah,
I've
I've
only
never
seen like the
interacted with my only real interaction with Mutant Ninja Turtles was the live action ones.
which ones?
The Michael Bay one.
Oh, okay, the second one is kinda okay, but the first one.
It was
Worst ones.
the 2000s cartoon for me,
Yeah, same. That's the show. My mother didn't want me to watch it because it was too dark.
and that's just really hilarious, but also kind of true.
Yeah, that show gets
Oh,
dark.
wait a minute.
Like it generally gets dark. My Leonardo actually gets permanently scarred with a piece of his shell missing for the entire show. Well, until the future reboot where they kind
Well,
of
yeah, they kind of like
yeah, the show got
toned
too
it up a
dark.
lot
Yeah,
because
so
I,
yeah, the network parents complained the show got too dark, so they made a season where they travel into the future to severely lighten up the mood. And
there
that
was
was
like a
kind of
banned
a killing
episode that
blow.
kind of just like
Yeah, one running gag in the show is that every time Baxter Stockman fails to shredder, he loses more body parts. First an eye and a hand, then his
which is kind
legs.
of a fucked up
Yeah,
gag.
then he is just a head, then he's just a brain in a mech suit.
It's
And
like for a kid show, that's just a
yeah,
fucked up
and then
gag that he just
when he
loses
works
body
for
parts.
the government, he actually clones his body, but it slowly rots away. You literally see his body rotting and pieces falling off, him shoving metal parts into his body to try and keep it somehow together, somehow trying to save himself because he doesn't want to be a brain in a jar again. He just wants to be human again. Like, you literally can tell his joy at first when he finally has his body back.
Yeah, it's like that episode was like so
Yeah,
fucked up.
like,
Like it didn't
it's.
even air, did it?
No, I don't
Like
think it
it
ever
got
aired.
it
It's
got
only on
taken off
DVD.
before it could even air.
Yeah, like, it was generally way too dark, and I don't blame them whatsoever.
Yeah, because watching a man slowly rot alive in a kid show is just kind of like, yeah, we might be flying too close to the sun with the dark tones there.
Yeah, like, the show is great. I generally think it's one of the best Ninja Turtle show ever made, but it
I
certainly is
remember
better.
having a crush on Shredder's daughter.
Who didn't have a crush on Kawaii? She's awesome. I love the 2000 CMNT CGI movie.
Also, the whole reveal of Shredder just being an alien
Yeah,
as
that was.
opposed to a normal guy that he was in the '80s show.
Yeah, he make him an alien that pilots a mech suit with him sitting in the stomach. The whole idea of the Utrons was just amazing. And then they reversed that in the Nickelodeon show and turned the Utrons into the ways of the Cranks and make them the villains. That was also a really cool idea.
I started watching the CGI show, but I kind of just fell off of it.
Yeah, same. It couldn't hold my interest, but it's still a really good show as well. I
Though
hate,
the CGI kind of just didn't really age that well.
yeah, I hate that I never gave Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Dude,
a
Rise of
fair
the
chance.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has no fucking right to look as good as it does.
Yeah,
Like
like
the
from what I have
animation
seen,
just outright rivals like
and
major like big budget anime.
yeah, like it looks generally really good, and I wish I gave it a chance, but I was one of those when it came out was like, ew, different, yuck.
Like every
Now
fight
I
scene I've seen from that show just looks fucking jaw dropping. The
and I
animation is
just
so clean, it's so fluid, it's so like God, how
yeah,
did they what were the animators on when they made that show?
I had no idea what I wanted. And I love that they freshened up the team dynamic, making Raphael the leader. A nice idea, especially why he's the leader, because Leonardo is too insecure and doesn't believe he's capable of it. But hides it under arrogance and pretends like, nah, that's not for me, you can do the boring stuff. Like, that's a really cool and great concept. While the original 80s cartoon, I tried watching it, but I'm honest, I kind of think it's crap.
It didn't really it's not great,
It's not
honestly.
for me. Like, there's some things I like I kinda love the Shredder. I love how he's not threatening and whatsoever, and how he's just a petulant child.
Like yeah, like that Shredder is literally he has none of the menace or the dark and brooding backstory
Yeah,
that later
like
versions have. He's
literally
literally
his,
just
but I wanna conquer!
He's
in the
literally
early
just a
episodes.
whiny dickbag.
Yeah. Okay, which isn't necessarily bad. It can work for a villain. I'm just used like when your first Shredder is the 2003 Shredder.
Yeah, like
Then,
comparing him to 2003 Shredder,
like the
it's
first time I ever
fucking
saw
night and
Shredder,
day.
I still remember the first time I saw 2003 Shredder. I was terrified of him when he beat the shit out of the turtles.
Yeah, he's a legitimate threat when he first shows up, and like
And then I see the
when he gets
2000,
his head
the
cut off,
original
but he just
Shredder.
picks it back up and keeps walking.
Yeah, and
Like
then I
shit, is there anything
saw.
that could stop this guy?
Yeah, and then and also the CGI Shredder. He's not as menacing, but he's still a formidable foe
Well, yeah,
with a
he
really
still has
cool
his
design.
moments, like when he beats up the turtles.
Yeah,
He's still a cool villain. It's like he's just more like
and I like that he
um
has more of a personal connection to Splinter.
yeah, he's more story like driven.
Yeah, which also is really really cool. Small fun fact now about the game: if you now try to actually fly to Varuta, he will actually create a barrier and push you away. Like you can try approaching him now, will just not work.
He had a triple bow.
I like the fact that TMNT was never really meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah, like it just started with the two friends hanging out. One of them drew a Ninja Turtle as a gag. Then they drew more, added more and more to it, and then they jokingly wrote Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It started as a one-off.
Yeah, it's just like I don't even like even in the 2003 show when they were taking shit seriously, it goes off the rails. Like I remember like the space triceratops soldiers.
Oh yeah,
It's like it just goes places.
yeah. These are on the comics too. The Triceratons. And
That's also the same thing for like Transformers.
yeah,
You know,
Transformers is
it
also crazy as heck if you think about it. Which I love it for it.
like the
Metatron
what's it called?
turning into a pistol.
The 2007 cartoon, like Transformers animated.
Mm. Ah, my love.
It
That's
has the best Starscream. I will hear no objections to this.
agreed. I fully agree with that. I
Tom
love
Kenny
animated
absolutely
stuff.
nails it.
Yeah.
The best design.
Fun fact: in the German dub, SpongeBob's German voice actor voices Bumblebee.
That's nice.
But yeah, animated is the. I first got into Transformers with Transformers Cybertron,
Okay then.
but
What was the name of the CGI show?
which one?
Transformers Prime.
Okay, yeah, that one's good too.
That has the best Megatron to me.
I still prefer animated Megatron.
Yeah, well, it kind of goes back and forth. Like I like animated Megatron, but Prime Megatron, he's got like a cool presence. He has a really
Like
cool voice.
animated Megatron is a better Megatron when it comes to just being pure evil. Like he's an irredeemable evil monster. And that he works better, while Prime Megatron is the better written character overall.
Animated Megatron is also smart enough to kill Starscream as soon as he
Yes,
betrays him
like literally
once.
the moment he's restored and he knows, okay, that guy betrayed me, yep, I'm gonna kill him, I'm not gonna stick around. Which is
And he just
something,
keeps killing him when he keeps coming back.
yeah, that I love that episode. And he doesn't even shrug, nothing works. Starscream sneaks up on him, throws a bomb, Megatron just catches it without even looking and throws it back.
Yeah, Megatron's a badass in that show.
Yeah, with his dual swords. Even when he was just ahead, he was still dangerous as fuck. And I also
I
love
think
honestly
animated was supposed to be like a sequel to like the original 80s cartoon.
and more of a reboot.
I don't
Like it
remember
takes a
because I
lot.
remember like the first movie had like Ultra Magnus take over after Optimus died. And in animated, Ultra Magnus is the leader of the
Yeah, I think it's more meant
Autobots.
as an alternate universe of G1 where Optimus never was born. Like Orion Pax didn't exist back then, and Ultra Magnus was in turn the leader of the Autobots.
Yeah, but they use like the 80s cartoon as like historical footage.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Red, did you make sure to stock up on arrows?
Yes.
Yeah, she just was done finishing collecting them.
Okay, I was so focused on talking about cartoons, I literally wasn't paying enough attention to criticize you.
But yeah,
Also,
what
this
if?
is the best Divine Beast fight in the entire game.
Yes, agreed. Animated in my eyes has the best roster of the Decepticons.
Like, what's his name?
The
Lugnut.
yeah, Lagnat, Blitzwing with his three personalities, best version of Blitzwing. Like one of my favorite jokes is when they find the wreckage of their own ship, they don't really question what's happened. Blitzwing just shrugs and says, Starscream never was very good at parking. And that's my canon explanation. Starscream is a terrible pilot and can't park to save his
I mean,
life.
they ditched his ass as soon as Megatron died.
Yeah, like it's
Like, he
he
has
had
like
done
zero
everything. Like,
respect whatsoever.
yeah, I honestly, I think I'm dead set, convinced
And
Starscream
you
was only
thought you
first
could
become
lead the
second.
Decepticons.
Yeah,
You could barely lead a
yeah,
parade.
yeah. It's I think Starscream was only second in command because he was the only one around. Like he was the only competent around. Like sure, second Lagna couldn't be second in command. Black Arachnia, Megatron probably didn't trust her because she was new, and Blitzwing was too unstable. He was literally the only one around. That's why he was second in command.
Lugnut's stupid, Blitzwing's unstable, the Spider Lady is,
Yeah, like
I don't know, former
you have to.
Autobot, not trustworthy.
Yeah, you have to take what you can get at Starscream. At least he can be competent if he tries to be. S at rare
Keyword
occasions.
tries to be.
Yeah. And I also love the idea that the Seekers were little clones of him, actually presenting an aspect of his personality. That was a neat idea. And I also like that this is my favorite version of Optimus by far. He still is the
Animated Optimus?
yeah,
I
he
can
still
see
is
it.
yeah, he still is the Optimus we love, but there's this slight hardness to him. Like, can you like when he finds Sentinel Prime being reduced to just a head? Can you
Like,
imagine any other Optimus bursting out laughing?
there is a distinct difference between him and like 80s Optimus or like the movies Optimus. There's like,
Yeah,
instead of being like this war hardened general, he's like literally just like
he's a
commander of
washed
this
out
back alley
yeah,
group of
he's a
Autobots.
washed out former military cadet that was kicked out and now leads a repair team. Like he is not anything heroic whatsoever at the start, and due to that, he's way more down to earth. Oh, Blood Moon.
Ha! It's funny timing.
I think we should be concerned about that. No, I'm not gonna stop. Not gonna talk about it. All right.
No, we don't need to. It's fine.
So yeah, I love how much down to earth he is. Cause Prime Optimus, I think, is one of the most boring iterations there is. Like
I haven't
he's
actually sat down and watched Prime as a series.
Like he is always serious. He's always giving a heroic speech, but otherwise that there's nothing much more there.
I like
They
to
actually
think
make
that he has heroic speeches just programmed in advance.
I am pretty sure that he just downloads them from the Matrix.
Like
They actually
literally,
make it.
he has a different heroic speech for each occasion.
Yeah, like in the next show, Transformers Spark, they actually make a joke about it that Optimus is actually super socially awkward, and outside of speeches, he is absolutely garbage at dialogue. Like he is asked to make a speech for an Autobot's birthday, and he like is yeah, so we gathered here for this party. Yes, good
This
work,
is most
everyone. And
certainly a
then
party.
yeah, then he quickly dashes out. That was actually really funny, making Optimus actually very socially awkward and heroic speeches is all he really can do. That was a neat bit of characterization. And then there was the sequel to Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise. That show is so fucking bad.
I didn't even know there was a sequel. I thought it just ended with
Oh,
Megatron dying.
actually no, there was a special where he comes back, but his body is controlled by Unicron, and they manage to seal away Unicron and save Cybertron. That's the true finale of the show, where Bumblebee is also able to speak again, and Knockout switches sides, which is the best decision they could make because Knockout is amazing.
The Transformers, especially the Decepticons, just have like really like you have Megatron, Starscream, you got like Ironhide, like you got all these
That's an Autobot.
badass like cool names.
Optimus Prime is a cool name.
Yeah,
Optimus
that's
Prime. Like, can you think of a cooler name than Optimus Prime?
no, that was one of the few names. Like originally, the concept for Transformers when they bought the toy line, and the story was written. The original writing was a lot more different. I don't remember what it exactly, but Optimus Prime was one of the few names that carried over from the original pitch. But I think Megatron's original name was High Beam.
You've obtained a map of the Divine Beast. You will see several glowing points on your map which represent the terminals that control Ruta. Take Ruta
But
back
yeah,
and
it's also
bring all to the
crazy to
king.
imagine that Transformers is already so old. What Transformers show did you all see? Where did you ever watch any Transformers?
Nope.
Like I
We have
said,
to.
it was mainly just Transformers animated.
Yeah, I have.
My only experience with Transformers is the Michael Bay movies.
Oh, that's not the worst introduction to them.
There are 4 terminals
I
remaining.
didn't know until honest. I was the kind of kid who I didn't realize that it was an already existing thing.
I mean, for what it's worth, the movies still look amazing.
Yeah, and
Like,
I
I
think
am impressed that the CGI from the
yeah,
first movie still
I'm
holds
not
up
the
the way that it does.
biggest fan of the designs, but the CGI has held up amazingly.
Voice acting is also really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got Peter Cullen for Optimus Prime. You cannot go wrong with Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime. It's so weird to imagine that ER from Winnie Pooh and Optimus Prime have the same voice.
They got freaking Leonard Nimoy. They got Spock to voice Sentinel Prime.
Galvatron. Oh yeah, Sentinel Prime 2, and he also voiced Galvatron in the original movie, in the cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he also has some of the best lines, like when Starscream is having his coronation as king of the Decepticons. He even says, "You, king? This must be bad comedy." And then he blasts Starscream, and Starscream crumbles to ash. Which is was such a
The
like
first movie really just went and killed a lot of characters.
yes. The idea was basically kill off the original line for the new characters that come out next year. That was the marketing decision behind it, and they did not realize how much they actually traumatized the children. Like probably
Dude,
were prepared
freaking
that
Optimus Prime dying fucked up so many kids in the 80s.
yeah. Not only that, like the way some of them die, like I think it was Prowl gets hit with an acid weapon that slowly kills him, and you literally see the steam of his melting body coming out of his mouth.
Ouch.
Yeah, like the movie is brutal. And it honestly still looks amazing. I think
There
the
was
animation.
this just reminded me of like a G.I. Joe movie that came out like a year later. And they
Yeah,
also like they were planning on killing off a character,
yeah,
but
of
after
on the
seeing
back.
the backlash to Optimus Prime's death, they
Yeah,
kind of just like retroactively added lines like, "Oh, he's not dead. He's just in a
yeah,
coma."
he has fallen into a
Even though
coma.
even though you literally see like like a snake pierce into his heart and blood comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and he literally doesn't appear again in the movie after that moment. Like you can
Yeah, and then
obviously tell that it was just like a last minute
yeah, beyond
change.
a line at the very last end where they say, "Hey, dog's just called. Duke is gonna be a-okay." Now you have to
I can't remember how to do these. It's been so
the
long.
water stream. You have to
Well, I
make
can
the
tell you
item
that
a
you're
water
doing it
stream.
wrong.
Yeah, there.
Oh wait, I need to do it so I can get to the
Yeah.
terminal.
But yeah, that was just a quick fix. I saw the Nostalgia Critics video on that. And he also was like, when that scene came, he was like, what?
There are 3 terminals
And then he
remaining.
played the scene again and was
Complete.
like, he also was like, what the heck? And then he asked the movie, how many levels of pissed off am I supposed to be?
To actually talk about the game we're playing for a second here.
Yeah.
This Divine Beast, like I said before, it's my favorite. It has the best fight, but it also has my favorite theme in the whole game. Like I just love the like slow haunting piano.
To be fair, this game doesn't exactly have that much music to begin with.
Yeah, but the music it does have is fucking amazing. It's like it goes from like a somber little piano piece and it just slowly morphs into being distorted and messed up because it's supposed to represent like Ganon's influence creeping in. It's like the one Divine Beast theme that I listened to
Hmm.
more than once because I
The
just love it.
Divine Beast was just simply inactive until Ganondorf woke up again when Link woke up, right? They simply weren't doing
Yeah,
anything.
they were just like doing their own shit and then they
Yeah, like that's how they were able to retrieve the weapons from the champions.
yeah, and then they woke up again and started causing shit. But anyway, enough about the game. Nobody wants to hear about the game.
Let's maybe help Red solve this riddle.
I legitimately can't remember what I'm supposed to do.
You're supposed to
Well, you're
you
supposed to
see
beat
that
Ganon,
ball?
dummy.
Look to your left under the wheel. Yeah, you see that ball?
Yeah, I know I have to
There.
get that in there, but I don't remember how.
Make the spin wheel spin again, and then when the ball hits it, you have to freeze it with the time
It
thingy.
wasn't. It wasn't spinning in the first place.
Oh yeah, you have to
It
move
needs to be
Yeah,
the.
powered
that's.
by the
I saying
water.
I can't remember how to get up there.
No, you don't have to grab that. You have to move
The
the
funny thing
trunk.
is that I
Open the
usually
map
have
thingy.
Rivali's scale by this point, so I just skip sections. So like I never really thought about it critically.
Open the map. You have to move the trunk. See, you can move it.
Yeah, but I don't know how that changes. Oh, because it.
If you
Right.
yes,
It does the water.
yeah, it shoots the water
Yes.
out, and that moves
Very
the
good,
wheel.
Red.
And as for how you come up there, you simply, when the wheel is spinning, you have to spin along with it.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember just rushing in and just clicking the button as fast as I could.
Yeah, wait until it's about to fall over again. Or
Yeah,
now glide into the box. That is all that also works.
yeah, you can literally just glide into the
Ah.
box and oh, or
Oh
maybe
yeah,
not
but
at that moment. Yeah, you can just wait in there for a bit and then press the button
Yeah.
as soon as it
yeah.
gets upright. That's what I do.
I knew I had to use the truck, but I didn't think it was for this thing.
There you go.
There are 2 terminals remaining. You're nearly there.
And now you have to just jump and travel back up with the wheel.
I hope that crushes you.
Jeez.
Oh, there was another one there.
Oh, almost. Other way.
Yeah. I remember the first time I did this, I brought my Switch with me to my cousin's house and they watched me play, but I overlooked the fact that the Switch does not last forever and it died while I was there. So I had nothing to entertain myself in the car ride back home.
Aww.
Womp womp.
Critical failure. Oh, we have already been recording for an hour.
Yep,
Time flew past.
it did. Because we're talking about Transformers for so long.
Hey,
What
it's
can I
good
say?
conversation, all right. There's only so much we could talk about Zelda before it gets boring.
Yeah, like how, like what am I supposed to talk about? My complaints about the timeline?
Good.
My only, my only real complaints about the timeline is that Four Swords Adventure is part of it. Because that game honestly doesn't fit anywhere because its world is so clearly not connected to any other world that I'm honestly convinced it's just a fairy tale that was made up in universe that mistakenly believed to be part of the legend but it isn't. Like, I don't have anything against the game, I just think the way the world map looks makes me more believe that the game is not canon at all. It's generally just an in-universe legend that mistakenly was
It's so weird for
taken.
me to see you doing this without the Master Sword. I never enter a Divine Beast without the Master Sword.
It's for me, it's weird to see anyone play these games without having Mipha's grace over Vali's game for so long. Like, I legit do not know how you did that. I would not have the patience to do
Stubbornness
that.
and perseverance, my friend. That is how I did it. Like, legitimately, I explored the entire fucking map. I went to every area. I set myself on fire a few times. But you know what? I did it.
If they're making a live action Zelda movie, right?
It's animated, I think.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
If they would make a live action movie, who would you guys wanna play Link?
I
Danny
don't. I don't.
DeVito.
I don't. I don't know actors, man.
Yeah, me
No,
neither.
fucking hell.
Yeah,
You
I knew they should have.
stupid
I
little.
knew it. So what role do you think will Jack Black play? Because apparently that guy is now in every video game adaptation.
The guy who
Honestly,
dies at the
I
beginning, and that's it. No,
no. Jack
no,
Black is
he
gonna
should
be
play
Tingle.
Beetle.
No, why,
Jack
what?
Black should be Tingle.
That would
Mostly
actually
because I want to
work.
see him.
I think that would
I
work
want to see
perfect.
him wearing that super tight green outfit.
Jack Marcus version with his beard. Oh my god, that would work so well. But at the same time, that's so horrifying.
I mean, Tingle is already horrifying on his own.
True,
He
true.
is kind of like a middle-aged fat guy.
That's not kind of what he is. That is what he is. An insane
I
lunatic.
just don't know who
What?
could play Link because Link's whole thing is that he just doesn't talk. And honestly, I'm kind of blanking on like handsome blonde guys. I don't know, like Chris Hemsworth.
Tom Holland with a wig.
I mean, I guess, but uh,
I don't know
that
why,
just
but I kind
depends.
of would love Robert Downey Jr. in it. But that's because I like Robert Downey Jr. as an actor, so. Like, who would you get to play Ganondorf?
Hmm,
Especially
that's a
because
good
Ganondorf has
question.
black skin. Do you just get a black actor, or do you make his skin with CGI because it's not a natural skin color? Like in some version, he's outright green. And who could possibly be Zelda?
Danny DeVito.
Is that your answer for every role?
Yes.
Because he
Yeah,
works for every role.
Danny
He's a
DeVito can,
master
from my,
actor.
Danny DeVito can play the king.
So anyway, I started blasting.
So is this a bad moment to mention that I'm actually not really all that sure who Danny DeVito is?
Short comedic actor.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
should
I ever
just send
saw
him. You
anything
should
with
just
him.
send him a picture. He'd probably recognize.
Yeah, I think I know who he is. I just don't remember anything he starred in.
He was the Penguin in like one of the Batman movies.
Oh, now I recognize him. Okay.
And he's like in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Never seen that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, but also, yeah, I also can't think of anyone who could
He
possibly
also
play
did you
like.
see Hercules? He
Yeah.
plays the
Oh, yeah, he's
Minotaur.
Phil. He's Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I remember. Yep. But yeah, I think it's best that video game that Zelda is a CGI movie because you should not adapt everything into live
No,
action. I think that,
what I want to see is like a 90s movie, like live action Legend of Zelda. Like have like Arnold Schwarzenegger as Ganondorf
honestly, that would work with the right makeup. Like he has the physique for it. Or heck, have him be Ganon,
and
then you
have
don't have to make
Leonardo
him.
DiCaprio as Link. Cause fuck it. Zelda
Yeah,
can
since
be who was popular in the 90s.
don't ask me. I don't know any actors to begin with, but definitely not any 90s actors. Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Zelda can be Natalie Portman.
I mean, it will be a better role than Padme. Actually, now that I think
Tingle
about
can
it,
still be Jack Black.
yeah, that's. But okay, let's talk about. Speaking of Jack Black, the Minecraft movie.
Uh, dude,
Like,
if there was anything that should have been animated, it's the fucking Minecraft movie.
yeah, like,
Especially when you have like an army of animators on YouTube that you could have asked.
Illumination already did it well with the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and that
yeah,
movie was like hugely successful.
like I
And
don't.
like fucking the laziest costume for Steve is literally just putting Jack Black in a blue shirt and jeans.
I mean, that's how Steve looks.
Yeah, but Steve has he's got like darker skin, he's got like short brown hair. Jack Black didn't even bother to like shave or something. He
Okay,
just
to be
looks like some
completely honest,
crazy old guy.
to be fair, I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah, what they're
I think,
going for doesn't look fucking good.
yeah, like I think the idea behind their version of Steve is that he has been trapped in this world for years now.
Like I don't even know what the fuck Jason Momoa is wearing.
I don't know what any of them they were wearing. Like that black woman, I think what she's wearing looks absolutely horrible.
Like I don't know if they're trying to go for like another Jumanji thing or what, but it just
Yes,
What are you doing, Matt?
that is what they're going for.
uh
Because from what I've seen is that it seems like it's people coming from the real world into Minecraft.
Yeah,
God,
here's the
that
thing.
trope has been so fucking overdone with these adaptations.
To be fair, that can work, but here's the thing. Have them not be really human anymore when they come into the Minecraft world.
Yeah, but like in every single stupid video game or like comic or like adaptation, they always go with, oh, the characters are either transported into the real world or these characters are transported into the game world.
It
Like
also
we don't
from
watch these things and we don't play these games just to get to know some random nobody, meet all these characters.
you know
Yeah,
what's
okay, with
even
Minecraft, that's.
you know what's even weirder. Um, so Film Theory did a video about like trying to guess what the plot could be, and they're from the way that the characters act, it seems like they don't know what Minecraft is, which makes
How
it
do you
seem like the movie takes place in a world where Minecraft didn't actually exist as a video game.
You'd have to live under a rock to not know what
Yeah,
Minecraft is.
that was
Okay,
their
wait, I
side
have
too.
to ask, what the fuck are you doing?
I there isn't there like I don't know how to get to that.
Simple.
like there's a room
You
there.
get on the trunk and then you jump
Yes, but I didn't see where I was supposed to go.
down
thought-
the hole.
I had Rivali's Gale at this point, so I usually just use
No, but
that
I
to get
don't-
to the top
Well,
of the
that's
trunk.
not help. That wouldn't help because I don't know where I'm going.
The platform right above you. Go
I didn't
back.
see a platform.
Go back. No. Okay, ignore me.
Well, I thought this is what you meant by go back.
No.
Yeah,
Why would I say
Normie,
go back?
what have
That
you
would
done
mean
in
go
this game?
forward.
I can't believe I used to have this freaking thing like memorized. I'm so annoyed at myself that I don't anymore.
Yeah, B. Yeah, good.
Yeah, we
No,
can't
no,
believe it
just-
either.
Yeah, just you're already high enough. Just glide down.
Yeah, just jump
glide
off
on
and
top
just
of
glide
him.
down.
Yeah,
It
well,
literally
there's
won't
no
let me
reason not to
jump.
Well, not like that, Red.
No, what are you? Glide into the hole.
Okay, I didn't know where it was, Nuffy. I didn't see
Oh,
this. Okay,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
not
know
what
where
I meant.
didn't know where I was going.
That's not what I meant.
Fight, fight, fight.
Jesus.
Turn around.
Yes.
But
Turn around. Turn around.
What?
Look up. Look up. There.
Turn
You just had to
around.
glide down there.
Every
Then
now and
right.
then I get a little.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna go on.
You
You
need
just
to
had to-
use the trunk to put out the fire here, and you need to open up this roof to let that happen.
What I'm trying to say is you had not. You just had to glide through the giant hole that is already there, where the water comes in to move the wheel, but just move to this platform you're standing on just now. Nope.
Fail.
I think one more. Oh, okay, no. Yay! Finally.
Yay.
Oh wow! I think we upset her so much she left. We didn't even pause the recording.
Well, this is my playthrough now. Welcome to my playthrough of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Staring
I
at
know
the
it's kind of
screen.
weird to start at Faruda, but we're here. Red, you didn't pause the recording when you
I know
left.
because there was a knock on the door. I needed to be
Oh,
fast.
okay.
Anyway, welcome to my playthrough of Breath of the Wild. We're in Faruda right now. Just finishing up the final stages. We're gonna go fight Water Blake Ganon soon.
I would heal it first.
Good idea, Neppy.
Good job.
Yeah, that's because I'm smart. I know how to play this game.
So anyway, Red, I heard you never played this game before.
Fuck you.
I mean, you didn't even know how to get to all the terminals.
Again, I have not touched this game in multiple years.
Yeah, well, honestly, if I was playing this game, it's been like a few months, but I still know where all the terminals are.
A
Yeah,
few
or how to
months is
get
not
them.
equivalent to a few years.
And also, I would
Yeah,
not
well, I'm
have problem
trying to
understanding
say,
the
like, I
simple
can
instruction of
understand Red
go
being a
down the
little
hole.
rusty.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if I were playing this game, I would know where all the terminals are because it's only been a few months for me. I
Yeah,
pretty much
like I
still
said,
know this
I
game like
used to have this thing like completely memorized, but now,
And
like, for some reason, it was just I was lost on it.
And I was even telling you what to do, and I got yelled at.
Well, because I couldn't understand what you were talking about.
Go down
It's
the
your
big
job
ass
to get
hole
yelled at,
that's in
Neppy.
the tower. I don't understand what to understand it. Go for the giant hole that has uh, on the elephant's back.
Anyway, now you're fighting water blight Ganon.
Have fun. I don't. I just imagine if you all imagine the ghost would stick around and comment on your gameplay. I just imagine if you had already Rivali's scale here, Rivali would chime in and say, "Yeah, I don't." And she says, "I have faith in you." I can totally see Rivali doing that.
I would love that.
That would have honestly been that would such a great idea to characterize
I feel like that would
more.
have been like too expensive to implement. Like
Yeah,
having
that,
to
but
have like unique dialogue for every single.
yeah,
But it
but
still would have
that's
been a cool idea. Like if you picked Rivali first, he would just shit talk you on every single defined beast after this. He's like, if
yeah.
you get hit by Thunderplate, he's like, too fucking slow, asshole.
And the Rook is just encouraging you and giving you legit weird life tips that he thinks help but aren't really that helpful.
Link gets
That's,
hit by Thunderblade. Rivali. Try dodging next time.
or he would be like, "Oh look, our hero."
What are you trying to accomplish by jumping?
You have to jump backwards.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, that's an idea that I'm actually gonna do if I ever want any kind of Breath of the Wild crossover where Link already has the abilities. I just say that the for champions are still whiffing so that I have someone Link can interact with, and so I can write more banter between them.
I mean, technically, he has Zelda in his head.
Yeah, that too. But if story doesn't include Zelda or he's separated from Zelda, and also so simply so that I can use them because I like the for champions. It's kind of sad that you can't really use them unless you come up with some kind of Deus Ex Machina to revive them. You can shatter these with the ice ability. Yeah.
This is the most annoying part of the fight. Like just trying to get close enough to hit him, and he just
Yeah.
doesn't stay down for long enough.
Mhm. Good thing that he's such a moron. Like the Blights aren't very smart.
Great job.
Well, she's trying. She's not doing that bad. She hasn't died yet.
Don't jinx it.
And as
I
always
swear
in
I
Zelda
fucking hate it.
tradition, the eye is the weak point. A good old Zelda tradition. Oh,
Can he even hit you when you're right above him?
I don't.
Probably not.
I don't think he can.
It's like,
Like I
fuck, I
said,
didn't account for this. Fuck.
like I said, he's an idiot. The Blights are not very smart on their own.
Mifa didn't hide behind me. Jesus, what do I do?
I honestly kind of question how the fuck for the Blight beat Mifa. Like he's so easy compared to all of the other ones that I generally don't get it. The best explanation is that he froze the water with her in it and then just stabbed her, but although I guess she had problems getting to him. That's the only explanation I can think of.
Wow, cool. Happy I finally hit him.
Come on, get over there. What you waiting for?
That's freaking why.
You would think that a guy that uses ice as his weapon will not be weak to ice.
There you go.
I'm sorry for yelling at you.
That's fine.
I'm surprised
Well,
that explosion doesn't take out the whole beast.
well, it's probably just an effect explosion, meaning it actually doesn't have any impact behind it. So I always wonder, are the blights completely autonomous, or they're just Ganondorf remote controlled? Is Ganon remote controlling them?
I like to. I think they're autonomous.
Yeah, they're pretty much designed to just be like the champion's biggest weaknesses.
And
They
to
don't
be fair, like what you were saying earlier, this is, in my opinion, the hardest champions ballad fight.
really.
Yeah,
Yes.
because Mifa is has very shitty equipment for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Because, like, you know how I was trying to shoot it down with arrows?
yeah,
She has like 5. So
yeah. You can manage
you have
that.
to find a different way to knock him down in that fight.
Yeah, like he's meant to. The thing is, the other divine lights, we know why in story they probably could beat and have an advantage against the champions, but that doesn't translate to the gameplay. Like Rivali was beaten because Windblight completely negated his ability to fly and probably could also negate the arrows. But the arrows aren't affected by the wind conditions in this game, so the conditions don't apply to Link, which is why you have a much easier time beating them.
Link's just built different.
Yeah, like, and with the Rook, it was simply that the Fire Blight is so freaking strong he can punch through the Rook's protection. And Thunderblight was simply too fast for Urbosa and immune against her main ability.
I have nearly given up hope and resigned myself to being trapped here as a spirit for the rest of eternity. But now you're here. All this time my hope was to see you once more. Promise me that you will not hesitate to call upon my power if you ever find yourself in need.
I like that they do like the
Let my
wisps.
spirit rest in
Mm-hmm.
peace. I must go. Ruta and I have our roles to fulfill. We are both honored to be able to play the role of support. We'll annihilate Ganon together. Farewell. Save Link. Save the princess. Save Princess Zelda.
Oh, Mifa's theme is so great.
Do you think you could slice off her tail head and eat it?
Seriously? Did you have to ruin the moment?
I mean, I'm just curious.
Yes.
I don't
You think it
think
grows
you
back?
get.
No.
No.
When Mifa
She's
said
not a
she was giving Link
starfish.
head, she kind of took it literally.
She's a fish, not a lizard. A lizard would grow a tail back.
Or a starfish.
Starfish grow their limbs back?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that. Oh, so if I slice Patrick in half, he will just regrow?
That's actually a plot point in one of the episodes.
Yeah, he
Like
loses his
he
head.
slices his arm off and it regrows into another Patrick.
Yeah, I was about to ask, honestly, would if I
Like
sliced off a
his the whole episode's just him learning karate, and he causes a lot of havoc, and he ends up cutting off his karate arm, but the karate arm transforms into another Patrick that just ends up causing more destruction across Bikini Bottom.
Nice. Now, how the heck did Varuta get up there?
Yes.
Okay,
What
I
you
love
don't
the.
see is an escalator system built
Honestly, I can't believe
specifically
that.
for the Divine Beast,
Actually, I can't believe that.
the ancient Sheikah escalators.
Here's actually an interesting question. Where do you think the divine beasts were hidden? Like we know Vanabois was hidden in the cliffs, but where were the others hidden? Wow, Wudania, we
I
can.
think Ruda would have probably been somewhere deep underwater, probably.
Yeah, and Wudania was probably simply in the center of Death Mountain.
I think they found him in the volcano. I don't know where Meadow would have been though.
There is this area in the Hebra Mountains that looks like an empty cave a bit in the northern region. Some theories he's there. Another possibility is that he's simply in the large cliff surrounding Hyrule.
I can buy it. Also, why can't the other champions just go down and walk around like the king does after they're free?
I think because their souls are bound to the divine beast, so there is a reach how far away they can go from it.
I thought they were only trapped because of Ganon.
I don't know. Maybe it's because they simply don't wanna cause any
Well,
commotion.
it almost seems with the way that they show up whenever you use their abilities, it almost seems like they stick with you. But I know that's not the case because then they show up at the end when they're blast
I
Ganon.
just remembered seeing a comic where like Sidon is like, I wish I could see Mipha one last time.
Yeah, and Link throws
So
himself off a
Link just
cliff.
climbs up a cliff, falls down, dies, and Mipha shows up to revive him. And Sidon and Mipha look at each other for a minute, and Link's like, "See, there you go." Sidon's like, "What the fuck?"
Like on the one hand, that's an incredibly kind thing to do. On the other hand, oh my god, Link, what is wrong with you?
Okay,
I can totally imagine him doing that though.
that's where we're gonna leave for today.
Yeah,
Another hour and a half.
Woo!
Yay!
it's 4 a.m.
We talked about cartoons for like 70% of it.
We talked about how Scrappy Doo is a spawn of Satan.
Well, he definitely is in Velma.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed,
I hope you enjoyed all our cartoon talk.
and
Yep.
me getting upset at my horrible memory.
I thought you were about to say horrible boyfriend.
That too.
I'm being bullied.
I'll see you next time.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.